Deputy Brendan Ryan, you have 5 minutes, Deputy.
Thank you, Ciarán Comhairle. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this most important bill in the House today. I welcome the publication of this bill. It is a radical piece of legislation which, if passed as it is designed, will overhaul our laws on personal insolvency and bankruptcy. The destruction of our economy by the previous government laid bare numerous underlying faults and flaws in the economic, political, societal and legal structure of our state. Two such faults were the lack of regulation in our banking sector and in our building regime. Toxic lending to young people to buy poorly built homes is a double tragedy affecting thousands of people all over the country. This was brought to a head when the economy collapsed and unemployment soared. People were suddenly faced with loans they were struggling to meet and mortgages they were unable to pay. Our bankruptcy laws, as they stand, were totally inadequate to deal with the sudden onset of the mortgage crisis. The Personal Insolvency Bill is a strong example of Labour delivering on its promises to tackle mortgage debt reform. Reform and fairness forms two pillars of our general election campaign, and this bill looks to deliver elements of both. This bill provides workable solutions for individuals and families struggling to restructure some of their debts. There will be options to allow for people to remain in their homes or move to smaller, more affordable alternatives. For the first time since the economic collapse, distressed homeowners will be able to see at least some light at the end of the tunnel. The three voluntary debt settlements created by this bill, the debt relief notices, debt settlement arrangements and the personal insolvency arrangements will provide mechanisms for people to relieve themselves from different levels of unpayable debt. The processes for each arrangement will not be easy, but they will be manageable. This is not blanket debt forgiveness. It is debt settlement and relief. It is designed for those people who are making every effort possible to meet their debt requirements, but through no fault of their own, they cannot. For the first time, we will see the relationship between the borrower and the bank rebalanced towards the borrower. This is a big shift and one which the Labour Party has fought hard for over many years to achieve. The shortening of the period of bankruptcy from 12 to 3 years is a long overdue and most welcome change. The severity of the 12-year time period was outdated and a very severe punishment for bankruptcy by EU standards. A 3-year period demonstrates progressive reform in this area and a much fairer timetable. The Personal Insolvency Bill must not be viewed as an isolated or single approach to our mortgage crisis. A couple of weeks ago, Minister of State Jan O'Sullivan announced that the mortgage to rent scheme was to be rolled out nationally. This allows for people to arrange for local authorities to purchase their home from the bank at the current market rate and to continue living in the home as a tenant of the council. This is another progressive step by this government in dealing with the mortgage crisis. However, the road is long and we still have many obstacles to overcome. The Personal Insolvency Bill is a big step in the right direction, but the bill in and of itself will not be the only answer. We as a government will also need to monitor the application of the bill and how it works in practice. If issues need to be addressed in the application of the bill, we will need to be swift and decisive in addressing them. That said, this bill is a game changer for bankruptcy law and personal insolvency in Ireland. The success of the bill will be predicated upon the engagement between the borrower and the lender, which must be open, honest and constructive. It is incumbent on all of us in government, and indeed this House, to make sure borrowers engage with lenders in this manner. If they do, this bill has the potential to be a big step on the road out of our current mortgage crisis. Thank you.